Let's talk about language. The language has played such an important role in almost everyone's life. All kinds of things are presented in verse, in terms, in all kinds of phrases. And our communication is also carried out by the verse, all kinds of verbal expressions. Also, all kinds of information we can find from the internet, from books, documents, laws. They are all written in languages. Probably the language is the most controversial invention on the human consciousness. And because this invention, almost all the societies are totally attached to the verse, believing that the verse are the thing, without any doubt about it. Because of such a deep-seated belief, the mind has been narrowed down to verse, to all kinds of verbal statements, expressions. Everyone is trapped by verse, by the thoughts, by the illusions triggered by verse, which we call reality. Thanks to the verse, people are living in different realities, and we are still using verse to argue, to agree or to disagree, to further enhance and create more division, separation. Can we be aware of this issue arising from the language, the limitation of the language? Can we see the danger when we believe that the verse are the thing? If everything is done in a verbal way, everything is done in a superficial way, isn't it? Because the verse, because the language, we begin to manipulate. We become cunning, clever, do all kinds of tricks to play with the verse. So to meditate is to understand the limitation of language deeply, to understand all the issues that arise from the language in the daily life. Because language, we are all becoming neurotic, aren't we? Because each word, each sentence is full of symbols, and we react to those symbols. We are living in reactions to words, to thoughts. Such a life is a neurotic life. The thoughts, the symbols, the mental images also conquer the earth, the self, which is also the consequence of the neuroticism. So, a neurotic life is a life full of disorder. The me, the self, is the greatest disorder, isn't it? To work out of thoughts is to work out of the language, to deeply understand how we use language in such a fixed way, to distort the mind, which is always in flux. The very understanding of the essence of the language opens the door to the inner world, where the true meditation can take place.